first thing I do is type in the structure from the spreadsheet. I'm looking at structure 1369. Search. Come up here, select the vault, and then I can pan. That's my area. According to this, features are not snapped together or offset from each other. I'll confirm. Looks like that fiber goes right through the vault without stopping for the splice. That is our 72-inch fiber, so we'll see if that fiber needs to be spliced or not from the splice diagram. That drops okay there. Those spans look okay up. We got a span here that also goes all the way through without stopping. I'm assuming that's one of the larger spans, so we'll need to split that span as well. And those look okay. So we need to split a span and we need to split a fiber. So I'll navigate back to Google Earth. I happen to be in that same area. I was just working on a vault a little bit further down. So if I recall, this is the fourth one over, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's that vault, which is the fourth structure over. So it's this one here. It does have a splitter in it. So let's go ahead and open that up. Looks like a cable count of 72. So sure enough, this is using the 72 count. Just confirm that. So we definitely need to split that cable and split the span. So the way I do it, I already have everything selected here. If you zoom in, first thing you do is you split the cable. In order to split the cable, you have to select only the cable. So your selection is only one linear element. Then you select it, split linear, and then you draw a line where you want it to split. I don't want it exactly on top of my splitter because I want to be able to move it and snap it to the splitter. So I'll go over here somewhere. It's going to ask what kind of structure I want to put between the split. So I'll just use a splice closure. Give it a name. I'm going to be deleting this one afterwards, so it doesn't really matter. I hit tab and then OK. Okay, it is now added right there. But now I need to move that and snap it onto the existing vault. So I want to zoom in first. This is one of the challenges. So you can see it's now split, so that's good. That drop's going to that vault, it looks like. We also have a bunch of spans. But notice where the vault is. The vault's right in the middle of all of it. And the splitter that original splitter is right on top of it, so it's already snapped there. Because if you look at that splice closure, and I mean to say splice closure, not splitter. So that one's right on top of it. That's the existing one. And that's the new one. So if I try to take one of these and snap it, reshape, see how many dots there are that I need to snap to? There's too many. I don't know which one is the vault. So I've learned that sometimes you have to reposition some of these out of the way. That one's not really in the way, so I don't worry about it. That one's out of the way currently, and we still need to split it. So that one's right in the way. So if I right click, reshape, just to move it out of the way for now. I do all the ones that get a little bit close to where I'm trying to snap to. Okay, let's go ahead and commit. That might clean things up a little bit. So then I can take there's the existing splice closure. There's the new one. Let's try moving that one. But remember, since I split it, the fiber, and added the splice closure, those are all together as an assembly. So we have to do move coincident. There's still a lot of dots. It's asking what you want to move, and it'll be the splice closure and the two cables that I split. So there's a bunch of stuff there. Let's assume it's that. I don't know. I think there's still too many dots. We'll go ahead and assume it's that. Go ahead and commit. If there are so many dots, you just have to spend more time moving things out of the way. It's quite annoying. I'm going to go ahead and get this one and move it out, just so it's clear out of my way. Okay. Now I'm looking at the vault. The vault's right there. Splitter 1, splitter 2. So see how they're slightly off? That one is not snapped to that one. And that's the vault there. So this one is not in the right spot. So I'm going to go ahead and move it again. Oh wow, they've got a whole bunch of stuff to it. Nope, don't want to do that. I want to move the other one. In fact, this is the one I don't need anymore, because when I click this, notice it says structure ID. That's the structure ID I've been working on. So this is the vault that I now want, but I like the name that it's got here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this name. Whoops. Copy that and paste it into this one. So now it's got the structure ID and that name. And this one is just the name with no structure ID, so it's just a dummy object. So I'm going to go ahead and delete. I do not want to delete all the features. That deletes everything else that's snapped in the area. So I'm just deleting that. That should help clean things up. Commit. Okay. Let's get a screen refresher. Okay, now let's see how it's going. Okay, that's looking good. I can't tell, is that? I'm going to go ahead and move this coincident again. I want the splice closure. And the 2 fibers. I'm just going to move them out here for now, just to get them out of the way. Okay, see what's happened is there's on this cable, there's an extra vertex on the cable. So I'm going to try to reshape that and just move that vertex down here just to get it out of the way. Okay. Now let's try again. Okay. There's the vault that we're trying to snap everything to. I want to know what this cable is here, so I think it's that drop fiber, that one. So if I reshape that, it looks like it's now snapping to that vault. Okay. And I don't want to, I can move all these at once, but I'll move the splice case and then move it coincident. And then get it down, and so it's going to be the splice case and the 2 fibers. Snap it there. Okay. Command all those changes. Okay, so now I've got everything snapped except for that one span, which runs all the way through. So create a new query of just the span. And now I have to split it. Draw my line where I want it to split. I want to add a span coupler now as the structure to connect the 2 ends. It happens to have 2 span unit, or it's a dual conduit with 2 tubes. So now I've got it, and now, like I had to do with the splice case, I need to move coincident, so it moves not only the coupler but the 2 spans. Snap where I want it to go, Commit. Okay, everything is now together. Looking at everything, it's all snapped, but we have that leftover span coupler that I created. I don't need the span coupler because we don't have a span coupler there. So I just used it in order to get everything to snap together. So then I can just come over and delete the coupler. Commit. And we're now good to go. All the spans snap at the vault, and as well as the 72 count fiber and the one drop. Okay, so we're now done with that. We go back over to here. We were working on, what number were we working on? Oh, it's right here, 1369. Change this one back to 3 GIS. Add in a comment. The span and mainline fiber was split and snapped to the vault. That's exactly what we did. Okay, good to go. Now I move on to the next one, which is another Beehive is 1371. Go back over here. I've set up a query window where I'm querying on the structure level, and then I have it editable, so all I have to do, and then the structure ID, so all I have to do is change the number here to 1371. That's the new structure, and now when I query, it's very fast. Pan to it, and I'm ready for my next one. Oh boy, that looks like a fun one.